That's a lighter, and but it's butane, so it doesn't sound like a regular lighter or
like Lil Wayne.
Or like Lil Wayne. Put them lighters up.
It doesn't sound like Lil Wayne.
But what it does sound like is another episode of, you guessed it, 3 Feet Deep. I am the force that is known as Rachel Darling, and
my name is Andy, and it's a great week to be here with you again. We're excited to be back 3 weeks in a row with video. Check that out.
Can you believe it? We're really trying. Today's set, I wanted it to be just very, very foliage heavy, just very on, touching on like the flora and the fauna that we feature in our home, and I hope you like it. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Recently went on ChatGPT and like put pictures of our whole house on there, which was probably not the smartest thing. People would probably tell me not to do that. I did it.
It knows everything about us.
I did it though. And it said that you not only enjoy art, you live amongst it. That's what the AI said,
art,
which I thought was pretty cool. I do love this room very much, and it's always fun, like just to kind of set it up each week. We're gonna
look at all of our stuff.
yeah, it's cool.
For those who are listening, I'm sorry. Just picture me this, okay? We are sitting behind a table with a bunch of shit and plants on it, in front of a wall with a bunch of shit and plants on it. But all that shit and plants are very cool looking.
But it's stinky in here because there's a lot of shit. As Rachel said, it's so much shit in here that it's a little bit stinky. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but we're here, and it's another week, and we're happy to be here. Dude.
Yeah, we had a pretty fun week. We watched some cool stuff, did some fun little things around the house, and
what were those things?
Okay, well, first of all, my daughter was building those boxes, which I thought was super cool.
Rock and roll.
For all the parents listening to this, if you have young children, there's this cool channel on YouTube called Crunch Labs.
Mark Rober, he does the glitter bombs. Like for those who may not know him for like the kids stuff, he's the one who does like the people who like steal the shit off your porch, like the packages off your porch. He did the glitter bombs with like the air tags and stuff like that, and they like evolve every year too, which is really
exactly
cool.
I think that's what got his like notoriety up there. But he's like an engineer, and he used to work for NASA and stuff, and he's like really cool. Pardon me. It reminds me a lot like when I was young. I watched like Bill Nye the Science Guy before he got all really crazy political, and also Beakman's World. That was the other one. It was called Beakman's World. You never heard of that?
No.
Yeah.
Was it the Muppet?
No. Beaker is the Muppet. Oh. You're thinking Beaker, which is also cool. No, there was another science show for kids called Beakman's World.
What did it look like? What was it about?
I'm going to tell you truthfully, until this moment when I just spoke it out loud, I totally forgot about it myself. But I remember that was like my other one. There was like that and Bill Nye. And then, of course, I grew up and watched like Mythbusters and things of that nature. But unfortunately, there's not too much. Well, Adam Savage does Tested, I suppose, still, which is...
he does like his Adam Savage garage shit. Like his whatever his like his YouTube is. He's like, hey, I learned about planing. We're going to do it for an hour and a half. And I'm like, okay, cool.
It's just cool that there's still science content for children. You know what I mean? So what I was saying is like, Aubrey, she did 2 of those Crunch Lab build boxes back on Christmas. They do like a weekly subscription box, or monthly, I'm sorry, called Crunch Labs. And they send you like these little, if I've gotten good at editing, I'll throw little things in here. But if I haven't yet, okay.
I'll get you all the PMGs and the PMGs.
They'll be like PMGs. In this area.
This
is Crunch
pictures.
Labs. If not, you know what is funny though? When I was editing these last week, we had such a... Hold on, I'll talk about Crunch Labs and then we'll get into editing. But no, it's really cool. And they're like engineering boxes. And my children love fucking iPads, which is fine. I do think it's fine, honestly. We played video games as kids. It's the same shit.
Yeah, but we didn't take our video games in a pocket with us like all day, every day, like for like every waking hour.
I remember spending hours on end at my Uncle Phil's just playing video games.
See, like I just didn't do that.
But I'm just saying, like, so
kid.
It's fine. We do make them do other stuff. They got roller skates and everything. It's fine. But these Crunch Labs are really cool, and she gets really proud of doing them. And they make me happy. So that's one of the cool things we did around the house this week.
She made what do they call, like a zeotrope or whatever? It's like the thing where it goes very fast.
I can see it from here. We're not going to grab it.
And a bunch of pictures until it looks like basically like an animated image because these like panels are moving very fast, and it's really cool. She did it all by herself. Yeah. With like I helped her like tape some things because some cardboard
got makes me proud.
Jank, but like she did a great job. Yeah, it was really awesome.
I picked her up and hugged her, and I was like, "Hey, keep doing stuff like this. And grow your brain. You'll make a lot of money one day." You know.
Oh, we want women in STEM, bro. Women in STEM is what I want to see.
I just want smart people in the jobs they need to be at. You know what I mean?
It's science, tech,
We're not even smart
Something in
enough to
math.
know
See, I knew it the
what
other
is it?
day.
Acronym?
Yeah,
we're not
I
even
had
smart
it the
enough to know
other
the
day.
acronym.
I literally had it the other day. It's like science, technology, environmental maybe, and
Maybe.
math.
That sounds
or
about
something
right.
like that. But we need more women in the fields, bro. In male or female dominated fields. I don't care. We need more women out there.
When I put that video on Instagram, I think you'll get a kick out of this. I haven't said this to you yet, but Monster was like, "Man, Andy, she's got your face," and I'm like, "She do." She got my silly.
Oh,
the thing
gosh.
is, she also does like my silly faces, which is really funny, like my weird kind of
I
cringe.
think both of them look like you a lot, but
Yeah.
but both of them look like
They
your
look
ex
like
a
mine
lot
too.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They look like mine
that's just
too.
how it goes.
But that was one of the cool things. Another one was learning Premiere. That was another cool thing for me this week. I edited with Adobe Premiere, and I didn't do anything cool. I just did the basics to get last week's
Well,
episode
but that's
out.
like where you start.
Yeah, and it's if anything else, I thought about this podcast. It's weird now because I'm watching them because I'm editing them, and I never really like listened back or like watched what I say or how I act or
start
carry
doing
myself on older ones. And
shit, yeah.
it's
So-
cool. It's cool. They're all there. You could still go back, but
I don't know
I'm
if
trying
you
to grow
should.
as a person from them anyhow. But you know what I mean. But it's just interesting, and I weirdly I drove to pick up some cannabis this week, and I listened to our episode in the car, and I made myself cry, which is I don't know how I should feel about that. It's like weird.
No,
But, like,
I get it.
I
Because
find
it's
myself-
like you reconnected to a moment where you were already like connecting to something that makes you feel
In the car ride, I
happy.
told myself to listen to the things that I say to other people. Like I should apply those. Like looking for that. Last week I was talking about like looking for happiness in small moments and shit like that. And I guess I communicate that because I do feel that, but I'm more aware of like, oh, that was happiness in this moment, instead of being like, damn, I feel good in this moment. You know what I mean?
No, but that's like super hard. I think like it's really easy for anybody to forget to be in the moment. You know what I mean? Because we're always experiencing like whatever else like we're thinking and you know what I mean, going through at any given time, which is like fine and totally valid. You know what I mean? But it does suck to like look back on stuff and be like, shit.
And it's
Man,
weird.
like,
I felt weird
wish
about that. I
would've
didn't
given
tell
a
you
little
that
bit
till
more
this
grace.
episode that I happened though. But I just said to myself in the car, I'm like, Andy, listen to what you say to other people. You do that too, man, because that would help me on a daily basis a lot. I give a lot of dumb anecdotes and shit like that. If I feel, but it's just my experience, and I just want to relay. Like I think there's things we could do better, and I'm hopeful for people more than I'm grumpy about things.
There's this
in life.
thing, and it's like it kind of relates. I think like where there's like the love languages and stuff like that, and I think that can apply to more than just like romantic love. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's just a way to show love. But there's like and I'll look it up and I'll find it. But there's like a thing that says like the thing that you do, like the way that you express your love languages. So yours is like acts of service for sure, and probably one or two other ones. But like the things that we do are the things that we want. And like subconsciously, maybe not always subconsciously, but like,
or like the things we never have. So we like,
or
with
maybe
fellowships.
like didn't have and like wanted growing. Oh, you know what I mean? In whatever degree, sure, but like it would
I
make
think-
sense.
Yeah, and I think that could vary for the person too, because like my love language for my kids is probably different than my love language for you, and like acts of service. You know what I mean? Like I'll buy you coffee. You know what I mean? I guess I bought them putty from Target the other day. That would be
But
one.
that's still
Just something
like,
small. I just think of you. I get it, the dog bones.
or maybe like
you know what I mean? I get the
I
dog
think-
bones every time I go to Walmart. I bring
see.
them back.
There's a
something.
difference between gift giving and acts of service, though, and like I think that you blur the two. Or those are just two of your love languages. You know what I mean? Like because like,
I don't really consider it gift giving though.
well, buying slime is.
I
not
guess
a
I
act
guess
of
I'm literally
service.
giving gifts.
Yeah, buying slime is not an act of service. Like an act of service is like cleaning. An act of service is like, hey, I picked up this thing for you that I knew that you didn't want to do or you forgot to do or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I do also do that though.
That's what I'm saying. You have them both.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I just I can't take care of things the way I wish I could, so I do the best I can. And I think my love language would differ on my circumstances. You know what I mean?
I think you would still. I think if we were rich, you'd still be doing the same shit.
Probably.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. I think that's just how you express love, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Like I'm very like touch, affection. Like I love
Correct.
I love affection, but also touch-starved child. For sure. Like, wasn't getting love and hugs. So, like, there's some, like,
I don't
relevance
really
to
feel
some stuff.
maybe I did really either. You know, I don't really consider that, and I don't mean to, like, speak over you on that, but I just, like, I guess I never consider that until you say stuff like that. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
but you're
shit.
not an affectionate person.
Yeah.
So, so that's, like, not irrelevant. I mean, maybe you didn't get it, but you're not, maybe it didn't bother you as much.
Or maybe it bothered me so much that's why I'm so shut down because I didn't get
I
it.
don't think
I also
that
like
you're shut
sleeping with
down.
like pillows around me to feel safe. I looked that up once. That's because I never felt safe at night, so I like bury myself.
What I'm saying
Some people
is
call
like,
it an autism nest. I don't call it that. Just some people call it
Then
that.
why bring it up?
You know?
What the fuck?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I want closeness so bad that when I get it, I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Yeah, I don't know. I repel it. I agree with you, though.
And I'm like, can you give me a softer kiss than 1 second? And I'm like, please.
Well, a lot weighs into kisses, to be fair.
I like smooches
Yeah.
and I want them.
I eat beef jerky and drink like 3
I don't
coffees
care
a day,
though,
dude.
but
I
if
got
I'm
dog
coming
shit
in
mouth
knowing that,
sometimes.
like I sit next to you all day long
Yeah.
knowing what the fuck you
I'd be
consume.
munching, bro. Every
Yeah.
time you come and I'm like, you know, that's a weird psychology thing because you think it's rejection, but sometimes it's just like, my mouth sucks right now.
Yeah, but I'm not like tongue
90%
dart my
of the
fucking
time,
mouth
I'm like,
hole.
what does
I'm
my
not
breath
asking
smell
you to fucking slide your tongue
One
into my
time-
face.
one time
I'm
a
just
long
saying,
time
give me
ago-
some kisses.
One time
some
you told me it tastes
besos.
like whiskey and something when I kissed you, and I was like, that was cool.
Yeah, cool. So like that was probably a moment where I was trying to get some tongue action and it
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
appropriate.
it's probably-
What
yeah,
I'm
it's probably
saying is
appropriate.
if I'm trying to be like, give me a kiss while I'm sitting next to you,
Yeah.
I don't want fucking
I
little
guess-
tiny hard little butthole mouth. I want your soft lips. And I don't need your mouth.
You know, I wonder what that condition
Insides.
is too, because like I don't necessarily mean to be rude, but sometimes I don't feel affectionate, and it has nothing to do with like any lead up or anything like that. I just don't feel it. You know?
I think you feel unaffectionate more than you feel affectionate. Which is that's fine.
I feel
it's tough because I want it.
yeah.
I want
And
it.
sometimes to me that comes off different. You know?
I don't know. No, I don't, because
Yeah.
I think different.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
like it's tough, but we make it work.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the one thing
I
about
know.
being together for a very long time is you even though you're not happy with it, you understand other people's habits and who they are.
Well, but
Yeah,
I, don't
think it
that
goes
that's-
both ways. I'm not like picking or prodding. I feel like even though we both know we do something we don't like, we deal with it because there's other stuff we do that we do like. Pretty much love. So, I mean, I think that's love. Love. Maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Give me more motherfucking
Give me more kisses? Okay.
More besos, please. More
We could
besos
do-
para
I guess
mí.
we could do that. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know.
I
Other
love
than that,
smoochies.
you know, you said what else did we do cool this week? One of our favorites, Shane Gillis. He's a comedian.
Oh yeah, I definitely
He's
wanted
pretty
to talk
popular.
about a couple
He's pretty
things.
popular. But the new series Tires came out on Netflix, which I really enjoy, and that was something we kind of delved into this week that I also really enjoyed. We kind of had a leisurely week, to be honest with you, and
I
you know,
watched a handful of shows.
I'm still-
I'd love to get into it.
we'll get into Tires here. I'm still gonna get used to kind of getting up to speed with the podcast of just like more normal life, because I feel like last time we did it was more
We
like,
were like doing things.
yeah, we're like gigging all the time, and we're like,
Well, and we'll
I f-
eventually probably do like I would like to maybe eventually down the line do like one guest a month. Nothing crazy. I don't want to do it every
I
episode.
say no guests.
No, I disagree. So we're gonna compromise.
No,
That's
we're gonna
why I
get
said
guests.
once a month. Once
We've
a
already
month, I
been
think
toying
is-
with ideas how to set up this room for guests. We're just we're getting more prepared for things. We're just not there yet. So they'll come. We just started with video. This is number 3 with video.
Yeah,
We've done
and-
118 This is 118, and there's probably some other ones in there.
Well, and I was gonna
And
say
this is
there's
the
ones that
third
we've
one.
never posted. There's at least probably 5 to 10 episodes we've done but never posted because
Yeah,
they
that's
were
true.
like drunken travesties.
Which there'll be many more, but I'm going to post them now because who cares?
Well,
Yeah, no, but that's crazy. We've done that many, and yeah, this is only like the third one we're really trying video. So I just want to keep growing this, and you know, we're jumping all over the place as we do.
but that's who we are, baby.
But yeah, just editing this week again. I feel like there's like this little fire in me to keep going again. There's like new things that come in, and last week's episode was kind of hard, and I not being all meta trying to talk about our podcast on our podcast, but It was difficult. I had to pull like camera audio. We had a lot of glitches last week. The ghosts were going crazy.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah. But yeah, we opened all the windows before this, and the air quality's been fucking ass this week. I think that
We'll
might
come
have
back
been
to
a
that.
bad idea. But
We'll come back to that.
all right, yeah. So anyway, to recap the week, leisurely, watched some shit, built some shit, edited some shit.
Yeah.
I had good time with all of that. Played some music. I learned
Did we watch a movie this week?
I learned a new Bon Iver. We did watch a movie this week. What did we check out?
It?
Probably should have been prepared for. Yeah.
I have a lot
We
of
watch
other
shit,
stuff
dude.
written
We do
down.
stuff.
Well, let's dive in. We're talking about stuff. I want to. Let's just go back to tires.
I'm ranting. I'm smoking a blunt.
I'm gonna bring us
ranting.
back.
Bring it back, Rach.
If you.
Oh. Love you, babe.
Thank you very much. No, we watched Tires this week. Shane Gillis and Steve Gerben.
Steve Gerben.
Steve Gerben. He has rheumatoid arthritis.
Well, how did you discover that? Actually, that's kind of interesting.
Well, we were watching Late Night with Seth Meyers, and they were
Just
both
a clip.
on it.
We don't watch
Yeah.
the show. We're not grandpas.
No, I like Seth Meyers though. I like
Only
it
the
when
day
he does
drinking
the day
segment.
drinking.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyways,
And Shane should be on one of those.
We were watching them as guests on it, and like, oh my fucking Christ, Steve, who plays Will Jacobs in the show Tires, he's just like an awkward young man. He like doesn't. He has no media training. We'll just say that. Like he doesn't know. But like I noticed that his hands looked discomforted.
He looked like he was clenching really hard. Like
Yeah,
he
and,
like you couldn't when we watched it on the
I tried to replicate it with my own hands, and I cannot do.
we weren't
that.
sure if it was like he was nervous, which he was.
Which he was.
The clip is
which
really
he
funny,
was. It's
actually.
actually really cute too.
Yeah, I don't really care about late night, but that was
he
pretty
like
funny.
he like keeps talking over Seth and like because he doesn't know like what to do. But anyway, so I looked it up because
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on here? Is he just so nervous? But he does. He has severe rheumatoid arthritis, and
Yeah.
so like he has issues. Anyway, that has no factor in how funny he is as Will Jacobs in
Yeah.
this show. He is like a shop manager of Valley Forge Auto, which is like a tire mechanic oil shop, and Shane Gillis plays Shane, and he's a mechanic, and it's just this like show about nothing show, but it's so wonderful.
Here's a weird slippery slope to compare. It's nothing like this show,
I know what you're gonna
but
say.
it has the charm. It has like the same kind of feel-good
Just say
charm
it.
as The Office.
It does. It has one of those
Even
like,
the intro has like this weird sort of upbeat song. And you know, I think it's like sometimes like as like I produce music and make stuff for people, like somebody somewhere needs like a theme to a TV show, and I would love to try that.
I'm gonna.
You know, but somebody was probably like, "Hey, can you do a theme? It's got to be uplifting, kind of officey." I know that's probably how they described it, right? Kind of officey, but don't make it sound like that. And whatever it is, whoever did the theme song captured the essence. It's great. It's really
Do we
good.
know where it takes place? Like where?
I think it's East Coast. I think it's like Philly or
I don't know if I ever knew,
I'm
but it
not
doesn't
sure.
matter. The show is golden. It has all these just really like the first season we blew through, and I actually kind of
it's
like
only 6 episodes and they're
Yeah.
like 18 to 22 minutes each. So it's like
yeah, because it was they
an hour 45, you're done.
apparently, and you told me this. They for the first season they filmed the whole fucking thing, and then took it
In
and shopped
Steve's
it around.
dad's real shop.
Real shop. Are they still in
Yeah.
the same shop for the second season?
I think Netflix money now.
So like maybe yes, but no.
I think if I understand correctly, and I did watch some interviews and stuff, and I could be incorrect. Anything I ever say on this show, maybe. Okay? But anyway,
shit.
I think I heard like that they filmed most of the second season too. Like they did it back to back, and then they shopped the 6 episodes. And then as they already did like 3 or 4 of
Yeah.
season 2, and then they you could tell the episodes where the Netflix money comes in. They
Yeah,
go to like
for
a
sure.
fucking tire expo.
It's a really wonderful show, and it's just one of those shows about nothing. You know what I mean? Like there's kind of like
It's
an
boys.
overall goal, which is like to get this shop up and running better than it ever has.
Yeah.
You know, that's Will's job.
It's a
He's like,
tire
I
shop.
want to do this. I want to fucking Stavi's in it. Stavros Helkias. How
I
do you
cannot
say
say his name. I can barely say his first
Helkias.
name.
I think it's Stavros Helkias.
Stavy, baby. I love
But
him, by
we
the
love
way.
Stav. He
I
plays
feel
like a-
his energy in my soul. Like when he does stuff, Stavy, he also does a great.
You don't want to be like him.
No.
The character of Dave is not someone you want to be.
But I could play that character, Dave. I
wanna
feel like
be-
I could play that character. That's kind of what I mean. Like I would lean into the slime ball, kind of grease ball. Fuck you. Maybe I'd probably hang out with like fucking the flagrant guy.
I'd
Schultz.
be
one of the coked
friends
out
with.
Italians. I don't know who I'd be.
I'd be friends with all of them. I would be Kyla. I would be.
You are Kyla.
I am Kyla.
Yeah.
Be like,
Yeah.
listen, you fucking assholes, don't talk to me like that. Or I'm
We
gonna
love
kick
that
you in
show.
your
We're
balls.
fantasy casting our shelves and tires right now.
It's a great show. I suggest you watch it. I think it's really great. There's been some episodes on the second season that genuinely like gave me the warm and fuzzies. I was like, oh, stop, you're joking. This is so nice, and it really is it's just like a cozy show, and I really like it.
But you were talking about Stavi on the show, and I'm gonna cough a lot right now, so I'm trying not to because I'm not trying to be rude in the microphone anymore.
Then turn your head
Okay.
far away.
But he made a move. I'm really trying to stop doing that, guys, because I know that probably fucking sucks to hear people coughing on weed the whole time.
People
and
who
it's
listen
fucking
to
lame.
this are probably smoking weed and coughing along.
I
with
hope
us.
so. I hope so. But if you're
That was
sober,
That was your cough
if you're sober
break,
and
sober.
shit, cool.
Sorry.
Stavi did a movie called Let's Start a Cult, which is incredible. A really funny indie movie. Again, I only heard about it through podcasts and things of that nature. And we like movies, so I try to support and watch flicks, you know what I mean, that are put out by independent artists. And
Yeah.
Stavi did one called Let's Start a Cult, and it was I felt like it was like a movie that was when I was in high school.
Yeah, like one of those ones that just gives
Yeah.
you like that forever, like this is one that's gonna like
It felt timeless,
like
like a
Grandma's
cult
Boy.
classic.
You know what I mean? Like
And
one
it's
that
about a
will live
cult.
for forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
So
as
check
well,
that
too.
out. Buy it on Amazon Prime. It's probably like $8.
Yeah, it's really good. And CM Punk's in it.
It's like one Zin can.
Ew. I would like to talk about a couple of other shows that I watched this
Sure.
week. They're both FX shows, and sometimes I forget that FX does make good. Oh wait,
Go ahead.
I was gonna see if she was gonna yell. We got Big Fat Kitty on our lap, Miss Auntie Iggy. But anyways, I forget sometimes that like FX does make good shows.
FX makes awesome shows.
because they also don't make good shows sometimes. You know what I mean?
You
So
can't
it's like
pat
hit or
1,000 every time.
But anyway, so there's a show that I've like seen. It's called Adults, and it's basically about like kids who are like 25-ish. You know, probably 25-ish to 27, 29-ish. Like they're figuring it out.
You do kind of feel like you're an adult then, and you are not.
Well, that's kind of what the show's about. They all live in this house together. It's Samir. It's his parents' house, and him and all of his friends live in it. And there's like like the outspoken girl Issa, and there's the gay homosexual man Anton, and then like Billy. She's just the funny girl.
These are some
And
interesting
it's-
casting names.
Oh well, it's very.
What channel? This is FX?
It's FX.
So it's forward, kind of.
It's definitely
Which is cool.
progressive.
Which is
One of
cool.
the characters, which is where I'm kind of getting with it, one of the characters, he's played by Jack Innanen, who got really famous on like TikTok and Instagram because he's funny, and
Okay.
he just got that. He did,
Wait, so it's a TikTok stars on the show? I'm sorry. I was trying to get
He's-
the mic out of the kitty's face.
he got a role on it, yes, and that's what led me to watch it because I was like, well, he's funny here. I'll watch this. And it is very good.
Okay.
It's like it was really cute.
Grown-ups.
But he plays a gender fluid gentleman. Not gender fluid, excuse me, sexual fluid.
Yeah.
He like goes both ways. I guess that's just bisexual. Happy Pride Month, guys. I don't know.
It is Pride
I'm really
Month.
sorry.
Happy Pride Month. They try to cancel it, but who cares? Love who
yeah,
you
what
love.
the fuck?
I don't know. Everybody's mad about something. Everybody's mad about something. The gayest thing about this month is those two billionaires breaking up. I thought that was a funny meme. That's not my joke, but that was a good meme.
But no, Adults. It's a really funny show, just about some kids like just live. It's another one of those kind of cozy shows about nothing.
Yeah.
One of the episodes that I really enjoyed. So Anton, he's the token homosexual. Love him to death,
Yeah.
and I wish I knew him in real life because I would love him. but they call him a friend slut because he's like, I feel a connection with you, with every person that he meets. And one of the people that he meets happens to be like a stabber who's like wanted. And like,
does he get stabbed up?
no, but the guy shows up to their house.
Well, he definitely gets stabbed up, if you know what I mean.
No, that wasn't a funny joke. You tried it.
It meant about butts.
I denied it. Yeah, it's okay.
Beans and butts is what I meant.
No, you just turned red a little bit. It's not the lights in the room.
It was about peens in the butts.
No, but I enjoy the show. Another one I've been watching is English Teacher, also on FX, which is from Brian Alvarez, and he is an also hysterical person.
Brian Alvarez.
You would know who it is, and I'll show you who he
Okay.
is, because it is hysterical. He is a English teacher, homosexual, at a high school in Austin, Texas, and
Yeah.
it's also really funny. An episode that I enjoyed of that, Trixie Mattel's on it.
Oh, you were telling me.
Yes.
Shout out to Trix.
And I before I saw the show,
Big fan
I
of this channel, by the way.
Yeah, before I saw the show, I saw her doing like a podcast. She was on So True with Caleb Heron, and she's like,
You're younger than me because I don't know any of these
"No,
people.
I don't know
Trixie.
that much." Hey, listen,
You're
I
talking
don't
about
know.
a TikTok star show, FX.
Listen,
I-
I'm
no
only
idea.
like 1
No
foot
idea.
in to the younger generation.
It's like wild sometimes
No,
when you
I'm
say
only
things
like
to me.
1
I'm
foot
like,
in. I'm
I
just more
don't know.
connected to stuff than you are. That's
That's
all.
fine. Yeah.
But anyways,
I'm not saying it's bad.
So
yeah,
she
I
does this
just
interview
don't know.
and she talks about like how, every time like a drag queen or like a notable homosexual gets like cast on a show for like a cameo. So it's like, slay the day, girl, and like
Yeah, like
you
they're
be your best
uplifting,
self.
like-
But instead, Trixie gets cast as like a klepto that has to help the boys dress up as girls for the Powder Puff game. And
Is
it's
Trixie
fucking
Trixie
hysterical.
on the show?
No, Trixie is Kevin.
Okay.
And Trixie's and Kevin's drag name is Shazam.
Okay.
And
But it's
so,
like a spin of Trix.
Yes,
Okay.
but it's not supposed to be Trixie. It's just everybody knows who that is, and it's just
We never
really
finished
funny.
the Trixie Hotel on
I probably
HBO.
won't.
I probably won't. I don't really care about stuff like that.
It's like already been off for a while.
It's
but
already been off. I don't
but
really care about that.
Those shows are really good, guys. Check
Yeah.
out English Teachers. Check out Adults on FX,
Check out Tires.
on Netflix, and they're just really great. And let us know if you like them because I would really like to talk about
Yeah.
it with people.
And what are you watching that's good right now?
Yeah, what are you guys watching?
I'm not going to try it, but tell us about it.
No, well, I might.
You know,
One of the
Rachel
thing-
might. I
One of the
won't.
things I would like to do
I like
as we
movies.
progress on this show is
Yeah.
like getting more involved with you guys.
Oh,
who
100%.
listen. Whether you're listening or you're watching or what have you, or you're on the Instagram or
Yeah.
something like that, like let us know what you think because we like you guys and we're only doing it so that you listen to it.
I'm going to get to I'm also doing this to push me as a creative. As like somebody who puts up like we're trying to film and
Well,
stuff.
and I
and-
like to talk about stuff and like do things.
Yeah, I also like to talk about stuff. And actually, the reason I'm doing this show now is because I'd like to recap with you with what's up with the week. How was our weeks?
Yeah, it's fun. I like to have.
We're also recording this on a Sunday, which I know you're never supposed to say the day because it doesn't matter when you listen to it.
Matter.
But like it feels better on a Sunday to me. I don't know why it does feel better.
Yesterday we were both tired. I cut the grass when it was really hot, and then call back, and the air quality was really bad. Here's a callback to an earlier.
Wish we had the
rant.
thing.
We'll
get to that.
We'll get to that too, because I keep writing stuff down. Yesterday I cut the grass, and the air quality here has been like awful. I think it's normally supposed to be 30 to 50.
No, 30 to 50 is normal.
That's what I'm saying.
normal.
30 to
It's
50
usually around 70 to 90 in the summer because of like humidity and
Oh, sure. Well, even still, 70 to
Yeah.
90 is like what we should be expecting for this time. That's the air quality index, the AQI.
we learned about it. Shout out a coworker,
Thank
put it in a
you.
thread.
SL.
SL.
Thank you. You'll never hear this. It's fine.
Lipton iced tea, dude.
You fuck up every time. It's your fault that we name names.
Dude, Lipton iced tea is awesome.
That's not
Have
what
you ever
said.
had it?
That's not what you said. Anyways,
brisk, baby.
But it's been like
different.
152 because of the Canadian.
Yeah, the other day it was
wildfires.
163. You can't even breathe. And that's like
Literally.
crazy because like older folks like who have like those HEP filters and shit, they sleep with those breathing machines and
CPAP.
CPAPs. That's what they are. But you got to
Okay.
change the HEP filter, I think. But
His-
yeah, that's crazy. Like, what are those dudes doing right now? I just locked all the windows and we put the air conditionings on recycle.
We're like, okay, so we're in the Midwest, but like it only would take 12 hours to drive to Toronto. It's like not that far away. You know what I mean? Canada's like not that crazy. For people who live like way more down south or like by the ocean, do you think they're as fucked up air-wise? Probably not.
I think everything is a government conspiracy.
That is fucking so true. This is so true.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to tell you guys one story.
I don't know.
I'm going to tell you one story because I'm going to prove that you do think everything is a
Who,
government
me? You're going to prove I do?
Yeah. No.
I just like to think different. I actually, I'll tell you truthfully, some of the shit I'm just like, it's fun to know. But nah. I do have logic and rationale in my brain. But
back to my question. Do you think like people in Florida are being as affected air quality wise because they're like way downer?
Well,
you know what I mean? Like we're upper.
Sometimes when I look at those like wind maps of the United States, they go like this. So I think the current doesn't get that far down.
This is a wind map. We're gonna edit the next one together and put stuff in there.
Okay, we'll try. Yeah. No, I don't know. I hope not. I mean, they get other shit though, and like we get Canada air now.
I'm telling you, we're just a downslope. It's not that far of a drive to like get to Canada.
A couple weeks ago, we drove to get some cannabis. And it's a little bit of a trip for us. And we drove through a dust storm like a couple weeks ago. And then like a week later, there's like a fucking air quality. It's crazy. In the movie Interstellar, the whole Earth dies and nobody could breathe.
First and foremost, it wasn't a week later. Yeah. We did that like many weeks ago because I went with you for that one. It was like maybe 3 to 4 weeks ago to be completely realistic about it. And also, we're not that far from Canada. So, like, we're downwind of that shit, and it would make sense. But, like, also, it sucks because you literally could not breathe. Like, you literally could
for
not
a while.
breathe.
And I'm not, I breathe okay. And it sucks for me. Like, it sucked for me, and I breathe okay.
It was wild. But that's why we didn't record yesterday, guys. Because we were both tired. It's not all
I also watched a whole day of WWE programming.
You watched The Accountant 2.
I also watched The Accountant
2. That's the movie.
Yeah, I watched a movie this week. Yeah, The Accountant 2 with Ben Affleck and John Bernthal.
Ben Affleck?
That's how Bert Kreischer says it. Pisses me the fuck off every time.
Oh, God, he's so annoying.
Yeah, you know, enough people dog on him. I'll let him be.
He's not my friend, so...
But he does say Ben Affleck, and that fucking drives me crazy.
He also says Nightmare.
Tattoo?
He also says... He says that.
Tattoo?
Where is he from? Where is he from? Florida? Is he from Florida?
I've known people who, like, don't speak right because nobody ever corrected them. Like...
I mean,
and
definitely.
I
know people, like, right now.
I don't mean, like, speech impediments. I mean, like, they've said the wrong word their whole life, and nobody's like, hey, you don't say it that way.
Yeah, well.
So, or he just chooses to be a moron, which also some people lean into it. So that could be. I don't know. I'm not him. I don't live in that brain.
I think that, like, okay, like, let's, like, take out any specific person out of it, but, like, keep the situation kind of similar. Someone who says stuff not good, or maybe, like, does other things not good, but, like, think they do. I don't have anything in particular. Is it
like a false confidence sort of situation?
No. Just like is like going through life thinking I'm doing fine. No, but nay, they are not. You know, we're talking about saying words weird. So
my
like, think
life
about
changed
that.
Probably when I was like 24, when I learned about not everybody has internal dialogues. That like changed my perspective on people like a lot.
Monologue, dialogue is two people.
Correct. Oh, not a lot of people have what I have.
No, what I mean is like it's nobody's like. Are you going to be the person to tell somebody they're saying shit wrong?
Yeah.
Are
or
you
like
going to be
singing out of key?
Are you going to exactly? Are you going to be the person to tell somebody that they're like fucking pants don't fit them good and they look stupid? Like I don't even know. I'm trying to think of situations. It's like
if I have shit in my teeth and it's been there for a few hours and you didn't tell me, I'm actually mad at you now.
See, but I think here's the thing. I think people don't know how to. So like, okay.
Yeah, because confrontation's uncomfortable, even if you're trying to help people.
Perhaps like doing something like not good and like thought that I was, like music, maybe even say,
Yeah.
I would hope that like if like how does somebody else present that to be like, hey, bro, I'm not even trying to fuck with you right now.
You
but, like,
can't.
exactly. So those people just keep doing the same thing.
That's what I mean. About people like mispronouncing things. That's exactly what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting
Because sometimes
at.
people don't
But like I also want to like
help them.
help
I know
and
it's tough.
assist.
But if they're not asking, then that's a tougher, you know? Because sometimes if you're going out of your way to help folks, I suppose it could be, you could come across as like a know-it-all, I guess, you know? But
or like
only your opinion matters.
Like you'll come off as like a dick. Yeah. Like I can't be like, hey man, like you did this, because somebody's gonna be like, well, who the fuck are you? Because guess what? If somebody did that to me, I might be like, well, who the fuck are you?
I think what may be happening is we're getting to that age where like we loved helping people, but then like we don't want to help people, but we do want to help people. But we're too old to put the energy into.
See, here's the thing. I don't want to help you move.
No.
I'll help you rearrange your furniture inside of your house already.
I'll give you a ride. Need a lift?
Who was telling me? Oh, it was Lara.
If I have food, you always have food.
Lara was telling me when I was there recently that she wanted me to help them hang their arts.
Oh yeah, like
gallery
arrange art.
style. And I was like, oh yeah, I got that. Like I can help you that way.
You just.
But I'm like not gonna be the one to be like, ugh. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like how do you? It's not like when does it become anybody's place to tell anybody anything?
I guess maybe if you're like an educator, right? Like if it's your profession.
Yeah, but even then it can come off like a know-it-all. Like again, condescending. Like it's very difficult.
And it's different for everybody because some people like that tough talk shit, and then some people you can't do that to at all. No. I saw like you know what's weird is like I saw one of those videos recently where like there was a person who didn't really like being touched too much, and like went to a barber, and the barber was like, "Hey, do I have permission to touch you?" and things of that nature. I'll tell you, I felt conflicted about that because
I get it, but also, how are you going to cut their hair?
Right.
That's the only thing I'm going to say, and nothing beyond that. And I don't think we need to.
No, it's just because
like, what the fuck?
Here's what's. Before I met you, my hair was super long because I didn't like people touching me at all.
Yeah, but then you liked me.
Yeah.
It just was a benefit that I knew.
No, I know, and it's just it's interesting. It's interesting because I'm just like you. That's a service, right? That you're going to, but I don't know. But what I'm saying is, even people who are in a profession of helping people, still kind of like
maybe in a situation like that though, it's like okay,
like you went to that person.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Maybe in that
cool.
particular like situation, it's like, well, obviously, like it's figured you're gonna touch me when you cut my hair, but maybe it was like the leading up to that. They're like,
he
hey,
did
is it cool
in
if I touch you
that
before
video.
I
He
cut
did
that?
like
you know
as
what I mean?
soon as they gave consent, he like slapped the person in the face and then grabbed him by the throat, and they started making out aggressively. So, it was pretty cool. I'm joking about it.
I'm joking about it.
No, but my point, my only thing was, my point was like you said, when is it okay to like tell people or help people? Like even people in positions like, hey, I'm going to a barber for a haircut. It's like that person's there to do that job, and they still have to be
how
like.
do you stay? How do you?
I just think you just
what's
don't.
Like the word though? Like how do you say? Like is it diplomatic? Is a word? Like where you're like, hey. I don't know, like how, what?
Like, remember when that old lady fell off the curb in New Orleans and I immediately helped her?
Yeah, but that's just being a good person, I think.
Or like that kid fell off the slide.
That's just being a good person.
Yeah, I know, but people can.
No, but that's different. That's different. Like, I don't know. I think that's different.
I think you help people when you can, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like getting a haircut's like not necessary. Well, it can help some people though. It can be something like that.
I like it. I like it.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
I love a lot of people.
I do too. And you know what's weird is I saw another memes this week where it was like something like the people who love the most tend to be the most isolated, and I feel like that's pretty true.
Well, you're self-isolated. You do this yourself. I mean, that's nobody else's fault but your own. Baby.
Yeah.
I be trying to. I've been home a little bit. I'm trying to go out. I'm going to a perfume release party
That's
in a
right.
couple of weeks, which is we'll talk. I'll touch back on it in a couple of weeks after I've gone. But that is something that is kind of cool, coming up.
I love scents. I have 3 like daily scents.
I'm gonna just say my bitches' names. I'm just gonna give first names.
Okay.
Libby.
Here comes some docs.
No, I'm not giving last names. Libby had invited me a couple weekends ago. Was like, hey, do you want to go to or said, do you like perfume? I said, yeah, I don't wear it a lot, but I sure do like it, which is true because I will. I will have a pretty bottle. I'm looking at this Liz Taylor bottle right now.
Lizzie Tay.
But we're going to that. Apparently, there's some perfume that is made in Chicago, like a perfumery.
People like musks.
And they're having a release party, and I'm going to that. I'll have to tag it because I can't think of the name of it.
If you could think of like, I don't know how scent profiles work. I know people talk about it when they like drink whiskey and stuff. But like, if you could pick flavors that you like, you know what I did already. If you could pick flavors that you like, to smell like, what would it be?
Well,
what would your aroma be if you had to choose?
Can I carve out and then come back to that because I have something that's actually like kind of funly. I can't talk.
Funnily.
Relatable.
Is that the real word?
Funnily is a word.
Sick.
Relatable. The other day I was watching a YouTube video from Ethel Cain, which is she's a phenomenal musician and vocal artist and just all around really fucking sick. Preacher's Daughter is such a sick concept album, and I cried when I listened to it. That's the truth. Anyways, in this video, she's just talking about like her favorite scents. Sometimes some of it's like candles, and some of it are perfumes. And in that video, there's links, and that's fine. But it led me to a website, and it's like a fragrance website where you can like learn about every perfume and like cologne. And
I don't even know if my nose works good enough to know it all.
Learn all the notes and stuff of it, and like it shows you like bars. Like bars of like it's mostly this, like it might be floral, spicy, or green, or like amber or woods, and it was really really interesting to see.
That is cool.
Like I looked up Elizabeth Taylor White Diamonds, which was also featured in that video that I watched. Ethel Cain talked about how her grandma, who she called Mimi, wore it, which is what my grandma wore, and I called her Mimi, which was a very weird thing for me, and I think my grandma's probably here. Anyways, but when I plugged that in, because I was trying to get like an idea of like what stuff is supposed to be, it was like warm amber, vanilla note, and like different things. So it's like, I think for me personally, you're asking about scents and flavors.
Yeah.
Here I come back.
Just don't smell like an amber. I've only known crazy ones.
That's totally true. I actually have only known crazy ones.
Yeah.
Anyways, I like in no particular order or combination, I like citrus a lot. So I like orange and like lemon a lot. I like those smells a lot. I like teak and like sandalwood, like woody smells.
You know what's
But
weird
I
is
also like green, like mossy and grass and like rain.
It's weird because like I'm like, I don't know shit about scents. And then you said all those and I smelled them as you said each one.
Yeah, so you do like things. So like other things that I like, okay, so like on you, since I like on you.
Yeah. I try to switch it up.
I on you I like or like man scents, but on you I like ocean, so like very clean.
I have 2 bluey ones. I call them my bluey scents.
Yeah, because you always let me pick them because you're nice. But I don't know why I'm doing hands like this.
This
like,
is where when we get better at editing, this is where we'll have the products. Like we're just practicing.
It will be.
They may be here next week. I don't know.
Dude, I'll help you, please. I'll give you all the images. I want to help. We'll do it tonight, maybe. Maybe we can play on it. Anyways. But like for you, I like oceany smells. I like piney smells.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what are things that you like? So think about that. You asked about flavors. Think of it as your flavors as a stink. You know how we talk about how like weed taste
okay,
and
I got
smell?
one for you. Okay. All right. So like if you opened like an old chest from like your grandmother's house, you open that up, and then as soon as you open the chest, there was like your grandpa's or your uncle's like leather jacket from the 70s.
Oh god,
That smelled like his cologne, storage, and weed.
There's something for that.
Do you know what I'm talking about? That was a scent. You could tell. It's like a.
We're gonna go on the fragrance site together,
dude. I would love to. You know what? I loved like whiskey tours and shit when I was younger. I would love to do a fragrance one. I would love to do a fragrance one.
Do you want me to see if you can come with?
No.
Are you sure?
No, because no.
Are you sure? It might be like literally fine.
No, you have to get friends first, dude.
I have them. I talk to these girls every single day.
I got buds.
Today was National Best Friends Day, and I posted them.
See? I mean, you just met them. I think you gotta have.
Ew! Do not hate on the relationships that I have forged on my own.
Did you not just hear like 3
about.
sentences ago when I said you have to have friends on your own? No, not at all.
Yeah,
I don't have to do everything you do. Is kind of, I guess, in a constructive way.
I wasn't going to invite you until you got excited about perfumeries.
No, I think that's cool.
I'm going to that.
Yeah, no, that's sick. No, go to that.
We're gonna
come
go
home and tell me about it.
We're gonna go on the fragrance site and we're gonna find you a sick scent based on your things.
Yeah.
I think we should also look into. There's a perfume scent company called Heretic, and they make like stuff. And like one of the things that was described was like lavender, like in a wet basement.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, I think I love that. There's like a candle somewhere in the world
there's
that
a
smells
weird,
like books.
When there's a must to it, like a timeless must, I feel it makes you feel
Musk.
more. Musk.
Musk.
Yeah. Not Elon.
No, you want to say musk with a K, not must.
I thought it wasn't musk, but
No.
that's fine. Yeah, you're right.
Must is bad. Musty is bad. Musk.
I want a musk from must.
You don't know what you're trying to say, but
No.
that's okay.
See, exactly. I'm back to being not sure. No, not sure.
Hi,
I
my
also
name
like how
is-
matchsticks smell after they've been burnt a little bit.
I like that as well too.
Yeah.
I love the smell of books.
Yeah, like worn.
I love the smell
worn
of
and
like
used. I kind of like the smell of.
even a brand new book. I like to just
Yeah.
I like the smell of the ink on the pages. Like you like the smell of action figures.
Oh,
So
yeah.
do I,
I
though,
wouldn't want
kind
to
of.
smell like action figures though.
Well, I would smell like books. I think if I could get a perfume and I could smell like books, I would smell like books. If I could smell
you
like
should make
books,
one and call it books.
that probably exists already. Like I know that
everybody's thought of everything good already.
If I could have a perfume that's okay, guys, I need you to fucking sound off in the comments here. I need a perfume that smells like books, but like also like a little bit of something else, like books and like green tea, and like
the page has like a green tea stain.
No, I don't know.
There's a ring on the
the girlies
page.
who get it will get it.
And then you
Bitches,
smell it.
help me out. Books and like green tea, but then like also like rain. That's what I need. I need like me sitting in a window on a rainy day reading a book. That's what I want to smell
And like it's blowing in a little bit. And it's getting on the book pages.
No, it's
making
not
them
getting on the book pages
just
because
a
I
little
wouldn't.
bit on the book pages.
If you don't take care of your books, just say that. Okay, I do.
Just a little bit on the paperback.
No. I actually realized that a book that I lent out.
You don't lend out
fucked
books.
up.
There's
No.
a rule. There's
No,
like a
I
golden.
lend books. I
no,
don't
you
care.
don't
You
lend
just
out
have
books.
to-
You give people books. Is what it is.
No, I get my books back. That's not how I operate. Sorry, I like my books back.
I don't think you're following universal
You
law.
don't read books. You
I
can't
give them.
comment.
I lend them though.
To whom?
Nathan Liberty got my last one.
When? And what? Because I'm
Um,
actually curious. I just don't remember.
It was the one I read when I was in the hospital. It had a lot of great knowledge in it.
Aren't you? Is that one in the cabinet? I'm pretty certain we
I
have
think
it.
I reordered it off Amazon to get
No,
my
we
own
have the
copy
old
back.
version. Yeah, we have the old version. No, I've had too many books that I enjoy that I think people would enjoy. Like I share books with Jen. Jen gives them back to me fine though. I think, but I lent my mom a book and my mom fucked it up. So
Anytime I ask my parents for anything, I think they know they're not getting it back.
no, my mom borrowed my book and gave it back to me shitty. That's
What
what
book
I'm
was
getting at. Mary by Nat Cassidy. Great book.
Do you think she would have read it? Have you ever known your mom to read?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
My
pretty
mom,
neat.
yeah, I lent her, before she moved, I lent her a bunch of books That's the one though that came back kind of fucked up.
Did she read it?
I think I would hope so.
I mean, because then it got fucked up for nothing, kind of.
That's what I'm saying. So I would hope
It's kind
she
of a
read
bummer, right?
it. Yeah, I don't like thinking about my books getting destroyed. See, now I can never lend them out ever again because I can't.
You don't lend out books. You give away books.
No, I don't. If I'm borrowing,
I'm not saying
book,
you.
No.
Okay.
I have books of
If
Mel's,
you're
which Mel could have back at any time if they wanted. They're on my shelf, pristine and nice because I take care of them.
I truthfully feel if you're passing along a stack of knowledge to people, it's not coming back.
I don't know if I'm passing along knowledge with some of the books that I've been borrowing out. Like, I borrowed Jen, and Mel, we exchange horror books. Like, I don't know if there's necessarily knowledge in those. There is some shit in those. There are some definite things in there, which actually could lead me to something I'd like to talk about now.
Sure.
You told me to go hard on this episode, and
you have more interests. Mine are.
Yeah,
less.
So that's why we're talking about what I like to talk about right now. Unless you don't want to, I don't know.
I'm not saying anything.
Cool. I'm reading a book right now, which I think is cool, and you might think is cool. It's called, I'm going to say it wrong, Latoji or Leotoji. It doesn't matter. But an author reached out and was like, hey, I would like to send this. Would you be interested in reading it? And then just putting up a review on Goodreads. I'm trying to get more attention on it.
Goodreads is like a social media platform to share the books you like.
Yeah,
read, right?
So is Fable. Yeah, I'm on both, on Goodreads and Fable, which I can link. And I was like, yeah, of course. And I'm actually reading it now, and I'm quite enjoying it quite a bit. But I think it's really cool. So it's Latoji by Harvey Thomas Boyd. It's really, really...
That would be a good kitty name.
Harvey Thomas Boyd?
Yeah.
Well, if we ever get another animal, we'll name him Harvey Thomas Boyd.
Our Roomba was named Boyd.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
But, so I'm reading that right now, which is really cool. I did actually have another author reach out recently. Dee Dee Ward just recently sent me a copy of, God bless, Toy Soldiers, which is supposed to be like a sci-fi horror novel, which I'm also pretty excited about. I have been trying to curate a little corner of Bookstagram, not Book Talk, but Bookstagram and just book reviews and reading and just connecting and things like that on Instagram. And it's been cool. I've had, like I said, I got a couple of authors reach out, Harvey Thomas Boyd, Dee Dee Ward, and then I just have grown a little following. So right now I think I'm at 270 followers, which is not anything. But last week I was at, Andy was my 150th, and that was last week, I believe. So since then I've grown, pretty good, and it keeps going. But I'm trying to be actually active, and that's the thing that's fucking hard because I don't want to always do shit every day. But I split it kind of between physical pictures and online digital content anyways. But so reading these books, also got approved for a couple of things called ARCs, which are advanced reader copies, which are copies of books before they're released, before they're out, before they're published. And one of the ones I'm reading right now is just a photography book, which is really cool. And I actually, once it's published, I want to literally physically get it and have it because it's so sick. It's called America the Abandoned.
It's like a photography book only, or is it like a...
No, it's basically pictures, but it's got little, things about each
one. Like a
one.
coffee table book of work?
Essentially.
Kind of like that Esau Andrews one they have?
Yeah, kind of like that. But America the Abandoned,
I heard you talking about Toy Soldiers, or Small Soldiers was my favorite movie when I was a kid. Chip Hazard and shit. Is that what that book's about?
No. I don't know. I haven't read it. And
okay.
No.
I had
Toy
to pee, dude.
Soldiers
I drank a couple
and
Bud
Small
Lights.
Soldiers are different.
In celebration of Shane Gillis and tires, I had a couple Bud Lights, so they were creeping on me. You know
Yeah,
what I
so
mean?
this book, America the Abandoned.
Yeah. I abandoned you on the podcast for about 8 minutes in America.
Shut up so I can finish what the fuck I'm saying.
I'm back, everybody. Hey.
It's really cool, though. Essentially, it is photographs that this person took, which I will have to link their name because I didn't write it down prior to this like an idiot.
Harry Boyd Knowledge or whatever.
No, it's not. You don't know what you're talking about. Just shut up and let me say the fucking rest of it. They're just pictures of dilapidated and abandoned homes across America. So from one side of the country all the way to the other, you know, it might be bedrooms filled with, you know, nostalgic photography of, you know, Civil War heroes and like piano or something, or like one has like mannequins all in it. And it's just a really cool peek into these homes that like were forgotten by time.
So this, again, I just went to the piss.
Yeah, but you had your ears in the whole time. It's not like you couldn't hear.
Yeah. I sing in my head when I go pee. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Just kidding. No, the photography book is like they wrote a story about writing the photography book, or
No. How is this difficult to understand?
I wasn't listening.
It is a book of photography
I gotta be honest. I checked
of
out.
abandoned homes in America.
No problem. You know, it's interesting. The other day we were sitting here at work and just at our day jobs, and you were watching like the videos, and you're like, I got to do this, and you should just do that. I don't know why you just don't do a separate quick little like a 3-minute book talk, little podcast thing. I think you'd be really good at it.
Well, I'd be longer than 3 minutes, and
Yeah.
I just like there's not time to carve out. I don't know when I would do it.
Yeah.
I don't know when I would do it, and
Yeah.
I would need help. So that's the thing. I can't do it alone. So
Yeah.
you would have to help me. So it's not just me.
You know, and that's the thing. Time management is so crazy. Like we talked about last week, crashing out. You know what I mean? How I just crash out one day a week, and I realized like that's not a really good way to spend energy too. And again, you know, just evaluating my lifestyle through watching me do a weekly recap has kind of been like a fucking cool, I guess, cool experience. But no, I don't know. Stuff like that is just like, I feel like even myself, I sit around and say, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, but then I don't do any of it. It's just like, where do you find that initiative to take? Like, if nobody else inspires you to do it, like, where else do you take the initiative? Because, again, helping is cool. It's just like, you got to take the first step to, like, create something.
Well,
it's just how.
For me personally, with the book stuff, my first step is like the Bookstagram, which
Yeah.
you didn't hear probably.
No,
I don't know.
I'll give you
I've
credit.
grown.
I came in and I was joking around. Okay, I was joking ass a little bit, and
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be mean.
That's rude as fuck.
I know you get really sensitive about stuff you like.
Yeah, because
you
like,
make fun of me for liking wrestling and stuff like that.
I
You
like
literally-
wrestling too. What are you talking
You talk
about?
shit about stuff I like while I'm watching it, and I suppose that's the same thing I sort
You
of did
just
for you
go
there.
nice anytime I tell you about something I like. So it's like whatever. Maybe I'm dismissive in a different way. What were you gonna say?
Well, now there's venom behind that,
No,
so
there's
I
not.
just
I just wanna
I
move
was gonna
past
say
that.
something endearing, but it's all good. Like what you like, you know. I think you should do more with your book stuff. I told you before, like I don't care about it, and not negatively. I just don't care. But I said your Instagram page is really good. It looks like it's an Amazon ad. Like I saw an
Yeah, I'm
Amazon ad,
trying
and then I
to.
saw your book talk pop up, and not in a bad way. It looked professional in that regard. So if that is something you pursue, see what happens is you're passionate about it. I don't care, not negatively. But then like when I don't give you a positive reaction on it, you get upset,
No,
which is
you
a bummer.
No, I don't even care for a positive reaction. I care
Yeah.
for any reaction.
Yeah, I'm
at
just joking
all.
ass. I don't know anything about what you're talking about.
I'll be like
I don't
telling
know
you
about the TikToks
anything
you're
at all,
talking
and you'll
about.
be like, yeah, cool. Wow, crazy. I'd just rather you be like, oh,
Pander.
no. You could just be like, hey, I'm not interested in that. And I'd be like, oh, all right.
Okay.
Not sick. I don't know. It's all good. I try to like pay a little bit of attention, and I like the things you like though too. I just like to connect with things that I enjoy, and I want you to be happy for me when I like things, I guess, and not.
I am.
Dismissive.
I don't bother you with it. I
No,
just
I want
encourage you
you
to
to-
start a book channel. I don't know how else to be encouraging. You know what I mean?
No, it's different. It's okay. Nice.
I guess. Welcome back. We took a little break there. Got a little heated at the minute.
It literally did.
It didn't at all.
It didn't at all. Like, I don't.
To be honest with you, the camera died again. I don't know what's going on with that.
We're going to have to figure that out. It never used to, but we've also had that camera now for like a
No, I
hot
think
minute.
the batteries, one, suck, and two, whatever cable we're trying to provide power to it with is just not the best. We're working out the kinks. We're just episode 3 with
kinky,
video.
And we are figuring it out, guys.
We
We're
are
doing
kinky.
the very best.
Episode 3 with video.
Episode 3 with video.
Yeah, no, we unintentionally took a break. I told Rachel
I
jokingly.
had to piss, dude.
Yeah, jokingly when it broke, it was escalated. It wasn't heated. It was escalated.
It was not.
And then,
it was literally
the
fine.
energy took the camera out, which I thought was kind of funny.
I think it's just our cameras fucking being weird.
Yeah, which is a shame. It's a great camera.
We're gonna figure it out. Sorry about that, but like also I had to piss, so it's like not the fucking end of the world. Honestly, I had to go to the bathroom anyways.
Bud Lights.
Bud Lights, and I drank a whiskey, one whiskey.
Yeah.
It's got Red Bull in it. Maybe that's why we're so, AKA, fired up, as you say. Escalated. I am feeling good though.
You said you had some more stuff written down. Yeah. What do you got over
Oh gosh.
That's the comedic thing when you know they're dying. Like, hey, what's going on with the crowd? You know what I mean? No, we did write some stuff down during the break. So yeah.
The majority of kind of what I had was just if you wanted to do like TPQs, I have segments. We could talk about a little bit of music and stuff that we've been getting into lately. I personally, and I wanted to listen to it on the break, but we couldn't because we would have gotten copyrighted. Was Addison Rae is a broad I did not think that I would like. And I'm going to tell you, I think I like her producers, actually, when it comes down to it. But Addison Rae was, and see, I don't know her from this, was a TikToker and apparently pretty cringe at that. But then did some music and, like, didn't hit, but then did some music and it did hit. And I've been really enjoying it. She just had her, like, full-length album come out this past Friday.
Addison Rae.
Addison Rae. She's got that Diet Pepsi song that I love. Yeah, my baby. Listen to my innocence. You would know it if you heard it. I've made you listen to it. But I've been really enjoying her. And again, I don't know if I love her, but I think I might like her producers a lot because I really, really enjoy the music a lot. And her singing's not bad, but in every single song that I've heard so far, there is at least one part where she does that. This is where I'm talking now. This is the part where I talk in the song. And
A lot of
something.
that, like,
but in every single song, this is where
be
I
careful.
talk about this.
But every time I observe music, you listen to that stuff, like, and I am an old white guy. It blurs together. Tate McRae, Addison Rae. I don't know who's who. I really don't know who's who.
Well, that's
and
because
that's you know.
don't
But
care.
here's the thing: you're kind of.
I don't mean that in a bad way. It doesn't interest you, so like.
What I was going to say is producers. You mentioned producers. It's probably a lot of the similar crowd. Like they all come up. It's like when you learn all the shortcuts to life to kind of recreate the same thing over and over again, but tonally it sounds good. It's like a blueprint, right? They follow a blueprint to kind of produce that music, and that's why I think it all sounds similar. I'm not saying individual artists aren't creative in that regard. But you remember like when JoJo Siwa she's like, yeah, I wrote that song. And then they're like, that song came out in 2014.
Oh my fucking.
She's like, no, I wrote it, though.
What is that one called?
I don't know. But that's all I'm saying. It's just like their faces kind of.
No, and that's fine. That's what I'm saying is like at the end of the day, I think I just like the people that are writing the music on that album because the music itself, it's like real dark pop synthy. And I'm like, ew, I like that a lot. And she sings it. Pretty good.
You know,
pretty
I saw
good.
that
But I'm
video.
just like, you are cringe.
I saw that video of like Tosin Abasi and that other guy.
Oh, sure. Pliny.
Who played that like song together. They wrote that song in a day together. And like one thing I thought was really interesting about that is like there were two dudes in a room that wrote a song together, like jammed out and wrote a song together. And it's just like, I don't think pop music does that.
No,
it's
I'm
just,
going to tell you
it's
exactly
just like,
why
hey,
it
try
doesn't.
to sing 9 different songs.
I'm gonna
Okay, that
tell
one
you-
sounds good.
I'm going to tell you why it doesn't hit in the same way that does. Is because Tate McRae, who is not Addison Rae, has this song called
See?
Greedy, which I like. Baby, don't get greedy. It's fucking catchy as shit.
It's supposed
okay?
to be.
Okay, it is.
That's the
but
thing.
she talks about how like they wrote it in 30 minutes, and it's like the words that I can even think of, which I don't know them, are baby, don't get greedy. That shit won't end well. And it's just like, it's very like shallow, vapid.
Yeah, but I feel like over the last 10 to 15 years, that's kind of how like the music industry started molding things, unfortunately. And
Well, that's what I'm kind of saying is
people
like,
accept it.
in 30 minutes, this really unsubstantial, song was written lyrically.
Yeah.
And then there's two magician-ass fucking musicians in a room who probably put together some. I did not watch the video, but I watched bits and pieces.
I wonder how many people are actually in rooms creating music together anymore. Like, that's something I'm genuinely curious about.
Like on actual instruments?
Yeah. Like, because even the Foo Fighters, it's like Dave Grohl writes everything in a studio and then his band plays it, And it's just like, I don't know. Are there bands anymore that, like, I know there are because we go to the Donut. I know there are bands. Like Fabian and Cat Tag and all them. Just dudes
Cat
jamming.
Tag fucking rules.
I'm just saying that's cool, right? That's cool. Like, those dudes are just dudes in a room jamming. I think that's cool. But it's just like, yeah, a lot of that music, and again, I gotta be careful because it's stuff you like. It's just, I'll sing it because it gets caught in because you'll hyperfixate on it for a few days. But like, I don't know the difference. Like, I couldn't pick out the difference.
No, you do though, because you'll be like, Charlie, you do know the difference.
There's certain ones do.
See, that's the thing. You do know the difference.
But Tate McRae, Addison Rae,
yeah,
Billy
but
Ray,
you've not listened to them at all.
Miley Ray, Cy Ray.
Tell me you don't know who Miley Cyrus is. And
She's generational.
She's whatever.
She's very talented and can actually perform and sing and write.
But I think all these other people can too. It's just like a different world now. Miley Cyrus is someone who's been creating music for probably 10 to 15 years longer than all these other girls now.
That's right. For
you know what I mean? And there's also
J.
now
Beebs.
this
J. Beebs.
Oh gosh, I've seen Justin Bieber in concert. Guess who had a real band? Justin Bieber.
Just saying.
Guess who else had a real band? Justin Timberlake. The Justins are on point.
Jay Stone.
There's a difference between having a real band play with you and having just like the track, which like both are valid and fine. Both are valid and fine because somebody wrote that. You know what I mean?
I just don't know. I don't know. The music industry is so fucked. It doesn't matter.
I still want to go see these pop bitches and dance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still want to be like, yes. Like, because like that's what I want out of it is I want the experience of like going and listening to this
I like getting
pop
a cool
ass music
concert
real
tee.
loud. I'm not going to get you a Tate McRae t-shirt.
Why not?
Because you just were like, I don't even.
You end up getting all my t-shirts anyway.
Yeah, I know. So why am I going to buy one for you that I'm going to get
You just give me
anyway?
one. I'll wear it a couple times, and then you can
No,
have it.
you won't even.
Yeah.
Have you worn that new shirt that you got?
No, I haven't cut it up yet.
Oh, you're going to cut it? You should
Yeah, I'm
try
gonna
it
cut
on
the seams
normal
off.
first.
No, I'm gonna take care of it.
Have you tried it on yet?
I haven't even worn it.
You should try it on first and look at how it fits.
Sometimes I'll buy shirts I really like, and then I'll just hang them in my closet for months before I wear them for the first time.
And then
I don't know what that
a lot of
is.
the shirts just end up mine anyways, which is like I'm
yeah,
not mad
yeah,
about.
yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm not mad about it. I get to get sick t-shirts.
I think it weighs into my collection of things. I just like things, so it's like I buy it not necessarily as a shirt to wear. If we didn't do this podcast, I probably would have never worn that Austin one again.
That's so stupid.
I know.
It's so fucking
I don't
stupid.
say it's not stupid.
I mean, like,
I just
I
like
get it, I guess.
wear stuff once, and then I'm like, black shirt. Life's easy for me. It's pretty simple over here.
No, it's
I
not.
like the same thing.
No way.
Okay,
no, it's
wait.
fucking not.
All right, see, this is what's so funny about this podcast. There might have been people who tuned out earlier. I'm ready to tune in. Ready? Here we go.
Pow, pow, pow.
I watched that movie, The Accountant, okay?
Okay, cool, yeah.
Okay, so this week I watched this movie called The Accountant 2, Part 2, number 2.
Number
I like to
goes.
call...
Beneflip.
They're not named this, ever. But if there's a second one, it's always Part 2 to me. Always.
It's
I don't know what...
not The Accountant 2, it's The Accountant Part 2.
Jurassic Park 2.
Jurassic Part 2?
They're on like Part 2, Part 9 right now, dude. Jurassic Part 2. No, I watched it. There's a new one next month. I want to go see it.
We're not gonna. We didn't even watch the one that was on TV for free.
Yeah, because you talk shit the whole time. I can't even enjoy it.
You
But anyway,
wanted to turn
look at
it
my
off
Jurassic
because you
Park.
said it sucked.
It did suck. I
Yeah,
didn't say
fuck
turn
you.
off.
Exactly.
I watched The Accountants Part 2s.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Tell me about it.
That's
'cause,
my
like,
review.
Can you? What is the
Pretty
first
good.
one about? Because I do remember when you watched the first one and you were like hella hype.
Okay.
Hella hype.
Okay. There's this realm of movies that's like this bro masculine that like makes me identify with like 14-year-old. Like when Andy went to Blockbuster, right? So there's like that movie Extractions Part 2s. There's
Law-abiding citizen.
There's not a Part 2 of that though.
There should be.
No. There's like Sicario Part 2s. There's like these two movies, like two action movies. Extractions. This one was called The Accountant. It's like with Ben Affleck, and he's like an autistic guy. He's like an
And
an
he's good at math.
Yeah, but he like does all this like accounting and finds out all these like crooked people. The first one's really good.
Does he like fight in it? Does he like fuck people up though?
Yeah, him
too?
and his brother, who's the Punisher.
That's John Bernchow.
Yeah, that's his brother.
Oh, hey, you
Braxton.
were watching it the other day, and I'm going to tell you, I did walk out when John Bernthal was in his underwear walking around.
I saw you linger in the corner right here.
Oh, like I was trying to hide
Hot
it.
guys, dude.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
I wasn't trying
Listen.
to hide it, but I did do this.
Bro,
Yes.
that's
He looks fucking good. I thought he was hot as Shane in The Walking Dead.
He's an awesome actor. He's an awesome Punisher. The only reason I like that Disney show is because well, the Daredevil guy's good too. Charlie Cox is good too. But anyway, The Accountant Part 2 was not as good. And all these bro masculine movies make Part 2s and they're not as good. But then if you watch like Lethal Weapon 1 through 4, good.
What were the ones that you watched recently that there were two of?
Yeah, Extraction was one of them. Extraction Part 1 was really good. Extraction
it?
Part 2 sucked.
Was that the one that had...
Thor.
No, I'm thinking, God dang it.
I watched another Part 1, Part 2.
You did, and it had the dark-haired gentleman, and who the fuck is he?
I watch movies, man.
He's like 300, the guy from 300.
Gerard Butler.
He's in that one, and he's like a cop.
Oh, he's in 2 movies I watched.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. What are they?
They were pretty good.
What are they?
He's like a drunk cop, but he's like brilliant. Oh, he's with like Ice Cube's.
Okay, exactly.
Ice Cube's son.
We've established you
God
know
damn
what
it.
movie I'm talking about.
All right, we're gonna get better at this podcast. It's been
What
a
is
while.
his
We're
name?
getting back into
Gerard
gear.
Butler. I've
Yeah.
been writing, you guys. I've been writing down
Hey, both
every
of those,
single thing I can
Hey, guess
think
what?
of.
Both of those were pretty good.
Both the Gerard Butler cop drunk movies were good. We'll
Hey,
link those in the description.
Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and Gerard Butler star in these movies together, and there's 2 of them. And if
There
you,
is more than one.
they're good. They're okay. Content is
liked
so
them.
weird.
You loved them.
Yeah, content is so weird though, because like we were kind of talking about it, like the air quality and all that shit, and then like I watch movies that I feel like are predicting the future, and then I'll just watch movies where I'm like, action, bullets, guns, heists, raising the stakes.
I'm trying to think the last
More
movie. Like,
heists.
the last movie
Yeah,
I
it's just-
watched
I
by
like those from time to
myself. I
time.
can't even.
I'm weird. I'll cut on a movie at like 1:30 in the afternoon and watch the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I know. But
I
like,
don't know. Yeah.
I literally
No
think the last
preparation
movie
to
that I
dive into
just like
2-hour
watched.
outfit.
I think the last movie I literally watched, just like on my own. I think it was when I watched all the Twilights. Remember when I binged all the
That was
Twilights
like a day
a
and a
month
half.
ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched all 5 of them in like 2 days.
You know, looking back on movies like that were like such a cultural
I read all the
phenomenon,
books,
like
though.
do you think like they still
Oh my God, they're still so hype.
they speak to that era, right?
Okay.
It's kind of cool. I've never
hold
watched
on.
them, but that's cool, you know? People love that shit, dude, when it came out.
Wait.
People love that shit. No, I'll never watch it.
No, you have to.
Nah.
Will you at least watch?
No, man, because
Come
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
on,
I'll tell you why.
Come on.
I'll tell you why I'll never watch
I watched
Twilight.
Rogue One like
tell-
4 times with you.
Rogue One is a fantastic film.
Twilight is so fucking sick. That shit is literally a piece of iconic film that will be known of for forever.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I like Robert Pattinson as an actor, and I feel like if I watch those,
If you
I'll
watch them
fucking
and
cringe.
enjoy,
No, but
See, I rewatched them and I cringed the whole time, and I laughed
can't.
my fucking ass off, and it's actually really funny though.
But see, it's funny to you because you loved them before. I never watched
but I
them.
fucking hate
so
Kristen Stewart though.
Exactly. So
I
I'll watch
fucking
them and
hate
just
her.
be like, this fucking sucks. How many do I gotta watch?
No, you don't have to watch all of them. I would just have you watch probably the first 2.
If you get a Twilight Lego set, I'll help you with that.
Oh my God. I
I'll
want the
draw the
Twilight
line
Lego
there.
set so bad, guys. It's like $200. I want it so fucking bad. Can you just make it for me and I'll make the little pieces? Will you make the house and I'll make the rest of it?
You know, one of my weird little rabbit holes I do go down from time to time is like Lego models and things of that nature. And I recently have been seeing people on Reddit. One of the Reddit forums I follow is like Lego. And people have been taking and doing like multicolor Millennium Falcons. And
Ooh,
they're
switching
taking
out
this,
the pieces, taking
they're just
pretty colors.
building it with random pieces.
That are the right pieces, just
That
in
are the
different
correct
colors.
pieces, just not the
You
correct
should
colors.
do that.
And they look so sick. And they look so sick.
We saw, what was the other thing we saw on YouTube the other day? Like the bears, like the Murakami bears, or you know what I mean? But it wasn't Lego. It wasn't Lego. It was something else. He was like, you got to hammer the bricks. It
What
was
is his
Harrison
name?
Neville.
Yeah, they're bricks. You can make them. Yeah, it's cool.
I love stuff.
I love hobbies. You know,
I do love hobbies.
You know, my one daughter does those build boxes. I think my one daughter would do good with Lego. She's like really good at
I think she would
designing.
abandon it halfway through.
I think everybody abandons everything halfway through. That's like an
I think-
American citizen problem.
I wonder if she would like making Barbie clothes and stuff. Like when I was a kid, I used to sew my own Barbie clothes. Oh my fucking
I
God.
remember one time you tried to make her a Barbie and she looked at it and was like, nah, bro.
Well, that's fine. But I could show her how to make her own Barbie clothes, and I think she would like that.
Maybe.
Sewing's really easy.
Yeah.
You just get scrap. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get scraps of fabric and ribbon and stuff for her, and I'm be like, hey, this is how you make dresses. This is how you make shirts and pants. And I'm going to show her, and she's going to like that shit, I think.
I think we have to teach them trades. We got to do home economics here at home.
We need to get
And be
Aubrey into
economical.
STEM. We need to get the fucking...
Steward ectoplasm mentions, whatever the fuck the abbreviation
We need
is.
to get her into that, and then we need to get Harp into design, art, things of that
Art.
nature. She gives me what's it,
Art,
David
bro.
Cho? She gives me chaotic art vibes.
Yeah.
Dad, this is my piece called Reflection.
I'm like, cool.
And be like, what did you use? Well, it's garbage.
Yeah, I put clay on there.
And then this is actually all the trash from under my bed.
And then here's some birthday sprinkles you guys used on my cake last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, actually. That's really, really cute. See, I could see our kids. And then, what's mine going to do? What's my son? He wants to be in law. He wants to be forensic
That's pretty
criminal.
cool.
He did say that he would be okay with doing cop shit for a little bit because he has to, because you literally fucking have to. If you want to start and then work your way up. But I told him to get into forensic science. I could see him doing blood splatter analysis and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, it all pays well.
Also, don't pull me over ever. Because I can't afford
We
it.
riding clean. We got to show.
No, we are. Well, we got to get that sticker redone, but we're not clean.
We're
We're
couple
right
days
there.
past the
We're right
sticker.
there. We're
That's
right
no
there.
big deal. We got to pay $120 for the advance stickers. No big deal. All right, cool. What else you got before we get out of here?
Okay, I'm going to give you the choice.
Here's
we
the
can either
ender.
do some TPQs, which are thought-provoking questions. Which
Just
I
hit
have-
me with something.
Okay. Or we can do a segment. Let's
You know,
see.
we are going to figure out. I'm going to try maybe this week to incorporate video.
Oh, sure. I was thinking about
from
that too.
your computer and stuff, so we can pull it up here because you do have your laptop there, so
And I can do
that
all
would be
that.
kind of cool. To start
Okay, we're gonna do what I'm calling TPQs. These are thought-provoking questions. I'm gonna give you a couple of headlines, and I want you to pick that, and then I'll pick a question within
Okay.
it. Can we do that? Okay.
Shout out Tipple Glass for my Air Cartman cup.
Shout out Care Bears cup from Ross that my stepdaughter picked out. It felt good to say that. We got to get married.
TPQ.
TPQs. Okay, here are the headlines. We can do identity and self-perception,
Okay.
time and regret,
Okay.
morality and complexity, society and culture, love, sex, and relationships, or existential vibes.
You know, why
Those
don't
are
you
the
pick
headlines. No, you have to pick that, and then I'll pick the question. I'll
4, number 4, whatever 4 was on the
Okay.
list.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see.
And then how many subcategories?
No, those were the subcategories.
Sick. All right, right.
Those were the subcategories. So I'm going to pick a question now.
All right.
What normal thing do you think is actually weird as hell? Normal with quotes. What quote unquote normal thing do you think is actually weird?
Like a
as
normal
hell?
thing I do that other people would
normal
perceive as
in
weird?
society.
That I think is weird as hell?
Yeah, like what's something that's like that's just normal?
That's a pretty cool question. There's a lot of like things that I think are kind of weird.
It's tough when you're actually trying to think about
Yeah.
it. Like things that
Like
are normal.
I do think it's weird that we order food and just some person picks it up in their random ass car and brings it to you.
That's
just like stuff you
let's
put
go
in your
one
mouth.
step further. Uber, rideshare,
in just somebody's normal car.
Hey, one more than that. Waymos.
No driver.
Waymos are the cars that drive
Sure.
themselves that are Ubers, and
Okay.
that is okay. Maybe it's not normal here. That's where I want to go with this. Maybe it's not normal here, obviously, but it's
Yeah.
normal like on the West Coast and stuff like that. But like, yeah, ride shares, Waymos, Uber Eats, things like that. That is kind of actually strange when you think about it. Like,
Yeah, just
how
be
do I
like,
know that Tony, who picked up my tacos, isn't rubbing his dick in my guac? Like,
for sure. Or eating some of it. Or
Ew.
like, yeah, like if you order Chipotle, like brushing some off the side that they can eat later. It looks like that sometimes.
bro, fuck Chipotle.
Yeah,
by the
I don't
way.
know. Yeah, I guess food delivery service is super normal now. And I think it's kind of weird. And I do it. Ghost kitchens, that's kind of fucking weird.
What's a ghost kitchen?
So on Uber Eats, we can have a ghost kitchen. We can just like literally pick one of these random addresses on the business street here and say that's where our business is.
Okay.
And then we could just make food in our kitchen and package it and then sell it on Uber Eats. And people go get like Stover's macaroni cheese and like bacon bits. Okay,
Hey,
so
wait a minute. Why the fuck aren't we doing
yeah,
this?
no, a lot of people do that. Like it's a weird side hustle. I actually, you know what? Here's a cool little transition, real quick. Before
Wait.
this,
Wait.
okay. No, I learned about a lot of this, dude. Mr. Beast Burger is how I learned about it because
okay, yeah,
Andrew
yeah.
Callahan from Channel 5, which is a great. Okay, there's a YouTube channel called Channel 5. He used to be All Gas No Brakes. His name's Andrew Callahan. Shout out to Andrews. Never met one I don't like. He did a thing on ghost kitchens like during the pandemic time. That's where I learned a lot about him.
Crazy.
But they're still
crazy.
they're still out there. Like you can literally just start a fake business and be like, hey,
Okay,
I'm
so
a
like
ramen
I'm
restaurant.
good at cooking some things. Okay, that's actually funny.
Yeah,
One
you
of the
could just
people
do
that
it.
I watch on YouTube, she did. There's like she lives in Berlin, but there's like a guy who like makes ramen literally in his apartment, and people go and they get it like in a bucket, drop down like pulley
Yeah.
system type thing. But it's also like a pre-order type situation, so that's like kind of crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, just people just order from that.
I can make my bacon cheese ranch pinwheels.
And like, there's no health inspector going to these people's houses and like finding this fucking food or anything. You're just buying it and paying fucking $39 for it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ew.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like weird. It's like I'm super aware of the world around me, but I play like a dumb idiot all the time because I just want to enjoy my life.
I also think that that's okay though, because
Yeah.
like people are trying to make a buck. Something I've been wanting to do. Bitches love Kindles, and bitches
yeah.
love the inserts for the clear cases, and I'm very good at design type things, and I think I want to start designing Kindle case inserts where they could print it themselves, just like digital files. You know what I mean? But like I would have to figure out how to format it to all the different sizes though. But like there's people that I follow on YouTube, some of the book broads that I do, and they make their own. And people make them on Canva. I'd probably do it on Adobe because that's like what I'm used to. But that's like,
What is your TPQ about? What's something normal you think is weird?
oh fuck, I don't
I'm not
even
trying to-
know. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I was like on board kind of with yours.
Yeah.
What's something normal?
Self
that I think
checkout is
weird?
another thing that I think is kind of weird.
No, because that's like been around for such a long time. I think telehealth is kind of weird. Like, and I use it like medical apps. Like, hey, this is what's wrong with me. Diagnose me through a text message or like a FaceTime video. That's like, especially since like COVID times, like that's like pretty normal. I use GoodRx, I think, or like Good Health. I forget what it is. I forget which one it's called.
To get like prescriptions when you got like a cold and shit.
Yeah. Like I've gotten like antibiotics and stuff when I like am sick and stuff like that because I'll be like, hey, I know that I have an upper respiratory infection. Like I know. And that's like kind of a weird thing now, which I think is actually kind of sick because I don't have insurance. I don't have health insurance. And the only time I ever used to use it before, yeah, fuck America, suck my dick. The only time I used to use it before was when I was like sick anyways and like had chest infections, which you know that I get them. But that's like a weird thing to me, telehealth.
You know, sometimes I do worry about us aging and not having like medical attention. But
it's like
we're
it's
probably
a
just
worry.
gonna die.
Like any,
you know, we're just gonna die. So it's all good.
And
We'll
when
just
we die, I want to be cremated, but not with 15 other people in a fucking crematorium.
That's interesting. Let's end there.
Let's
did watch
end there.
that show.
The Mortician.
The
Mortician. So
on
there
HBO. It
is
just started.
a docu-series.
HBO has the best shows ever. For always and
Hulu's
forever.
okay too, depending.
But
Max,
doesn't Hulu just repurpose stuff that's been out on other networks, essentially?
yeah, but that's why
It
I
doesn't
like
produce new
Well,
content,
because
right?
now I don't have to have cable. Netflix does some okay original TV shows, not
Netflix
movies.
sucks.
No, their original
I got
movies
charged
suck.
for it today and was mad.
They're yeah,
like,
well,
God
you
damn
like
it,
to
I-
watch wrestle on it. That's your
Watching
fault.
Raw. Gonna watch it.
We watched on Max a show called The Mortician.
Yeah,
it is,
new
We
documentary.
watched the
Just
first
started.
episode
Yeah.
in a docu-series.
New one tonight.
Oh, sick. About this gentleman named David Sconce,
Yeah, crazy.
who worked for the Pasadena crematorium
Yeah.
under the guise of CF Lamb Funeral Home in Pasadena, California.
Wow, you remember a lot of this. This is cool.
I was really into it.
Hey, me too.
Hey, I was really fucking into it.
I didn't remember his name. Lamb Funeral Home, I remember.
David Sconce.
Sconce.
Yeah, because Lamb was Lorianne. Lorianne, his mother,
Lorianne
was the
Lamb.
one whose family owned
The
Lamb Funeral Home. So this David Sconce gentleman, he grew up in the funeral home business. He
Yep.
grew up around death. He like saw the embalming and stuff, and like time came where his mother purchased the funeral home, CF Lamb's, which was his grandfather's at the time.
And then they took over running the funeral home aspect of it.
And he took over the crematorium.
Yeah. Off-site.
Offsite through a different like cemetery and like church
It's like
location.
in a cemetery.
Yeah, something
not
to that
at the
effect.
funeral home.
Essentially, at the time, people were just doing one body in the stove for
I think that's still
you know what I
technically
mean,
how you should do it.
$250 or whatever. Like there was like some set in line things here. Well, this gentleman was not. Essentially, what we've learned is that he was packing like 10 to 15 bodies per stove.
Just like breaking their bones and like shoving them in with like meat hooks.
With like gang members working for him.
Yeah.
And like it is like it was
It's
like
been cool.
kind of
I can't wait to see where it goes.
David Sconce. And what
David Scott.
what's sick about it is that they got him. They picked him up from
Went to prison
prison
for
and
10
they're
years.
talking to him about it. And he's like, yeah, I'll fucking tell you anything.
Yeah, the
And
documentary
he's like, I
starts
don't
with
see
them
what's the
picking up.
difference. They're dead. It doesn't mean anything. And it's like kind of crazy. He has no attachment, which I get.
It was in the 80s. Yeah, but he also rips people's teeth out of their skulls and like breaks their teeth to mine the gold from their fucking teeth to melt down and sell.
Did they say that?
You didn't hear any
I
of that?
missed that part.
Yeah, he would
I
like
was thinking more about the broken
like-
collarbones and knees and shit.
Dude, the one guy who worked for him was talking about how, like, if their fingers got swollen on the bodies and they had jewelry on, he would just go around with wire clippers and cut off their fingers so they could slide the jewelry off.
Yeah, he was
and
very
then there was just, like,
cold.
he said there was just, like, piles of fingers and stuff. And they would just cremate all the fingers and
I
stuff
did
as
not
batches.
catch that fucking
Yeah, it's
part.
crazy, dude.
Dude, okay, you guys watch The Mortician on HBO Max. That shit's
dark.
fucking crazy. So,
Dark.
okay, a couple things I would like people to sound off on in
Sound
the
off.
comments.
All right.
Tell us your favorite scents. I want to know what kind of things you want to smell like.
Yeah.
You know, tell me what you
Who
like.
you
what
trying
you
to
think,
smell?
Who you
Sydney
trying to smell?
Sweeney's bathwater?
Yeah, you are, you fucking weirdo.
Hey, you remember when we saw the display at Walmart the other day?
No.
It was like the blue display on
Was
the
it
end.
hers?
Yeah, you pointed it out to me. You're like, oh, there it is. We were like walking by. Check this out. I thought you thought this was crazy because we saw it there together that day. It was like
Okay.
at Target or wherever
It
we
was
were.
probably Target.
We saw it. It was there.
I believe you.
And then it's selling on StockX for like $300 a bar right now.
Let's go, guys.
It's probably gone. It's probably fucking
It's
gone.
fucking
I
weird.
got so mad. I'm like, it was there. I saw
Why?
it.
Because
I
you want
saw-
to bathe with her bathwater?
That's weird.
Exactly.
But yeah. Yeah, I totally do. I would have got two. One to use, one to keep.
Okay, well, we're fucking done now.
See you guys later. All right.
Tell us
see
the
you next
things
week.
that you like and recap on all the stuff that we asked you about. That's
Yeah.
your homework. We love you guys.
And Sydney Sweeney,
So
send me
much.
your bathwater.
All right, well, some hot dude send me something because equal.
Thanks for the pea cups, guys. We'll see you next week.
Oh, God. Hey, we love you guys. Bye.